Thank you, and especially thank you, Jocelyn, for being willing to stand up at the microphone and speak out about what the truth is that happens behind that veil of Planned Parenthood. It's an honor for me to be here with you all today. Thank you all for being here and standing for life. You know that the name of this event is fitting because Planned Parenthood truly is the ultimate betrayal of women, families, and taxpayers, and we just heard a real life story of how that literally happens when these young women go into Planned Parenthood trusting them and being betrayed. For those of you who don't know, I've been a nurse for more than 40 years, so I've seen the big abortion industry's shameful tactics with my own eyes. As a matter of fact, the decision was made. I was a new nurse just out of nursing school for 2 years when I saw what was happening as I was working in the hospital in the emergency room. And I know that Planned Parenthood is not about women's health. It's about deceiving women, as Jocelyn just said, in the most difficult and vulnerable moments of their life. It values convenience over truth, and it values profit over life. We know that for sure, and these videos only confirm that. And what does our Commander-in-Chief have to say about that? He says, God bless you to the abortionist that destroys our unborn. And just last week, he cut Planned Parenthood another $1 million check, courtesy of you, the taxpayer. That's what our Commander-in-Chief did. And of course, the mainstream media mischaracterizes what this is all about. They say we're just gunning for a government shutdown. Hey, let me tell you what, we don't want a government shutdown. We want to shut down Planned Parenthood. Yes. And as we speak, there are 3 congressional committees that are investigating Planned Parenthood's activities. But we can't stop there. An investigation alone is not a solution. We have a moral obligation to stop the money flow to this lawless abortion giant. It's the money flow that has to be stopped to them. And that's why I have authored, if you haven't looked at it, a bill called Defund Planned Parenthood Act of 2015. It's H.R. 3134. And what it does is legislation to freeze all federal funding. You know, they get federal funding from a lot of different sources, so we don't want to just freeze Title X funding. That's just a small part of it. But all federal funding that goes to Planned Parenthood while we carry on an investigation about what's going on behind those closed doors. Look, we've got big challenges this Congress this fall, but nothing, in my opinion, nothing could possibly be more important than how we treat an innocent life. And we've got one right behind me, Gracie. I just want to take her in my arms. Just looking at that baby, it just makes me sick to know what is being done. So I need your help. I'm going to first of all ask you for your prayers, which I know that you are already doing, but ask you for more of it. I need your activism. I need you to make sure that you're letting everyone know that you know about what is not only happening in those films, so please watch them and tell another 10 of their friends to watch them, because I am a true believer, and I've believed this for over 40 years now. The only way we're going to change what happens in this abortion industry, this giant, is by winning the hearts and the minds of the people. You know, for too long, they have been told just what Jocelyn was told. This is just a blob of tissue. Well, let me say this. You don't get a blob of tissue, or you don't get livers and hearts and brains from a blob of tissue. That's a baby. You get it from a baby. And the only way we can let the American people know what truly is going on in this industry is to see these films. Real life films that are not cut and paste, but what really is happening behind the closed doors. And you know what? Together, we will stop the atrocities that are happening in Planned Parenthood, and we'll restore a culture of life that recognizes the God-given value and purpose of every single life. So I'm proud to be your advocate. Yes, let's absolutely applaud that. That's the number one reason that we're here. Listen, I'm proud to be your advocate in Congress, and I'm grateful for your continued prayers and support. May God bless you and your efforts. Thank you for having me here today.